My research looked at the perceived coping behaviors of different genders and ethnicities during COVID-19. On March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization declared a national pandemic on COVID-19. COVID-19 presented itself with many novelty events, such as quarantine, remote learning, and social distancing. This prompted research to explore the long examined relationship between stress as the onset from COVID-19's novelty circumstances and the use of social support to cope with said stress. Not everyone utilizes social support to aid with stress in the same way. Past research on gender and ethnicity looked at differences when dealing with the effects of stress. Eco research suggests that women reside in vast, multifaceted networks serving in several functions. In contrast, men appear to have more limited external social structures consisting of single individuals, like a partner, parent, or mentor. It is also suggested that women experience higher rates of depressive symptoms related to less effective ways of coping in comparison to men, suggesting that women tend to rely on more passive and emotion focused coping, ruminating on more sadness than men do. Differences in ethnicity research suggests that internalized negative stereotypes of minority groups result in lower self esteem, inherently making individuals more likely to experience higher levels of stress and depressive symptoms. Minority groups reside in collective societies with overt social norms to maintain social and group harmony. What has been seen because of the high demand of conformity to social norms deemed appropriate by the culture, individuals are less likely to seek out help due to fear of group exclusion, contributing to the higher levels of stress. The purpose of this current research is to explore the main effects of gender and the ethnicity's utilization of social support to reduce anxiety during COVID. How does gender and ethnicity relate to self report anxiety and the utilization of social support to cope with strategies? Well, a predicted interaction effect of both, such as that females of color utilize the highest amount of social support and the highest amount of anxiety. For this present study, we worked with secondary data already collected by the Human Developmental Research Design at the University of Chicago. For this present study, we analyzed data from 371 participants, 160 men, and 225 women. All participants completed the Coping with COVID-19 survey distributed on SurveyMonkey through social media platforms. For the present study, we focused on data collected from sections 2C, coping, asking questions like, I have an intimate partner. Overall, I feel somewhat isolated. And they would answer this on a 5-point Likert scale. Section 2D, relating to anxiety, ask questions like feeling nervous, anxious, or on edge. We use this to evaluate the independent variables of gender and ethnicity's effects on interpersonal coping during COVID, along with anxiety. This table shows the distribution of ethnicity. Individuals who selected white were placed into a category group for white individuals, where individuals who classified as anything or anything in addition to white were moved into the non-white group. First, we found a main effect of gender on anxiety, such that women experience higher levels of stress than men. Second, we found a main effect of the ethnicity on anxiety, such that individuals in the non-white group experience higher levels of stress than our white subjects. There was no interaction effect on anxiety between gender and or ethnicity. Then, in terms of our dependent variable for social support, we found that there was no main effect or no interaction effect that in our findings, suggesting that there is no difference among gender and ethnicity. A main effect of gender was supported, such that females experience higher amounts of anxiety than men was supported. A main effect of ethnicity was supported, that participants who identified as non-white experience higher levels of anxiety was supported. Limitations to this present study were grouping of participants. This limited the present research representation of ethnicity and diversity that accurately would depict today's society, and then self-reports. Since we only use self-report measurements in this exam, in this research, there was possibility for participants to over-report or under-report, leading to participant biases. And these are my references. Thank you.